Welcome, welcome. It's the Market Sniper. That's right. It's coming to that time. Happy June. Happy Pride Month. I feel like such a proud boy myself. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, so I'll be watching your comments right here on the fold. You can drop them in. You can interact with us. We will see you and we will hear what you want to say. But I've got an opening statement to make. Yes, opening statement. How formal, you say. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Fake debt ceilings, fake labor stats. We had ADP numbers today, good people. We had ADP numbers. That is a payroll company's numbers that came out. And guess what? Guess what? You'll never guess. There's never been more jobs. You've never had it so good. High side on the jobs. Yes, indeed. If you're feeling that good job feel, those job offers are just shooting into your inbox, ever more money wanting to be offered to you, ever more opportunity. If you're feeling it, put your hand up right now. Oh dear, I'm not seeing them up. I'm not seeing them up. And fake debt. Did you enjoy your little debt ceiling pantomime? It seemed to go very much like all the others went before. But those of you that will be seeing this in a left versus right argument will be missing the key point. It is statism that won the day. You see, everybody thinks the Democrats got their way. It's not about left or right. It's about spending more of your money. 0.2% cut. Oh, that's really, no, you're really pulling in that belt. Oh, Mr. Carstens of SNB, oh, pulling in the belt. Oh, I'll just do 0.2 millimeters, shall I? There you go. Oh, a little tighter. There you go. I am slim now. Yes, indeed. That's how it goes, good friends. That is indeed how it goes. Pulling in that belt. And of course, increases nevertheless for the military-industrial complex, the pharmaceutical-industrial complex, the crisis-industrial complex. Increases, I say, increases, never mind cuts, increases for them. And who do you think is the primary spender and who is the primary beneficiary? That vicious little troika of government, those complexes I just mentioned, largely all militarized against the mark. You, that's right, the taxpayer. You get to pay for a group of people getting handbacks on your own money in a dirty little arms dealer circle that goes something like that, that sees them build tools for weaponizing against you. How do you feel about that? I don't know. I think it sucks. I think you shouldn't contribute to that. Personally, I don't like to pay for people to have arms to kill me. I don't want to pay for surveillance and surveillance finance system world to weaponize against me. It's just, I don't know, I'm kind of funny that way. I'm a little bit weird, aren't I? Yeah, anyway, maybe you should carry on. Who knows, who knows, who knows. Anyway, so fake debt ceilings, little pantomime all over, left versus right, keep you in the A versus B, DeSantis versus RFK, Trump versus Hillary, yada, yada, that little old pantomime. Be as stupid as you like if you want, but at the end of the day, more government expenditure, more donations to Ukraine for weapons, military-industrial complex, more wastage of fiat. You see, even if it had been Republicans, the defense would have gone up. It probably would have gone up even more. They have little themes, minor little discrepancies. No government is voting for less government. Government only ever votes for more government and more expenditure of your money. Only it stops going to you. It starts going to other things to keep you safe, you understand. The key theme. Keeping you safe from those Russians in Ukraine, you see. As an American citizen, you should feel very threatened by that. You should be grateful that you're being kept safe. Indeed, indeed, so it goes. And what is happening this Friday, looking forward, apart from my socio-political rants, what is happening this Friday? You will get another labor number, the labor number to end all labor numbers, your non-farm payrolls number. And of course, we choose to have a live trading day on the data release of the great fake number, which will come out on Friday. And what does it involve? Well, because of seasonality, farming, that used to be quite a big business and quite structural and quite important, used to be, I say. Of course, Bill's cornering the farming market, more on that to come, but farming is eliminated. So all other jobs created because of seasonality and picking fruit in fruit season, obviously you get a surge of people that come in and do picking and then they disappear for another year. We eliminate that seasonality and we get the workforce, but we have lies, damn lies, and statistics. We have a birth-death model that calculates amazing things and drops in a bunch of new jobs created, whether that job actually exists or not. And it has a very interesting divergence with what is actual labor job openings and what is actual jobs created versus the non-farm payrolls number. And that divergence is the lie factor, the real, the deep, deep lie. And it gives license to the Chief Satan Federal Reserve to continue to do whatever they wish to do, which is actually contrary to everyone's opinion. Everybody is sitting waiting for the pivot. And remember, as Mark Twain famously said, when aligned with the majority, stop and think again. They are all largely wrong. I am going to postulate a different theory of what is going to happen to you in this grand macro game that is coming right now. But don't forget, we're going to be talking about gold. We're going to talk about our particular trade we shared with you earlier on a short that you paid no attention to, didn't put on, that is now turning into our favor, gold and silver to reassert, and we're starting to see exact evidence for that. We were discussing this inside our community. We will also be talking to you about oil. We will talk to you about some crypto. We'll throw in Bitcoin and Ripple. We're also going to talk to you about the Japanese and the yen trades, the core themes. Yes, these lovely themes that are coming. And we will see that data number that comes Friday that sometimes creates some volatility in the markets, uppity down, shake it all about, do the hokey pokey. Yes, you'll see how much that is going to do to your gold and silver. To your gold and silver particularly. Currencies, you say, currencies. I say money, real money, without a liability attached. Gold and silver. Remember, we continue to assert 2,905 for gold. So heading for the 3K mark as part of a first leg macro move. And we see silver getting to the 45 to the 50 gateway around about the same time as that occurs. So that none of that has changed. We had a small pullback. We'll go to those charts. We will be showing you all of that. But let's see what your comments are before we take to the charts. So Johnny is all flames and thumbs up. Thank you. Hit the like buttons, 130 of you on board. What's wrong? Where's the rest of you? Bring your cousins, your uncles, and your aunties. Uncle Francis is here. He's at his performing best. He wants to entertain. He wants to teach you the mechanisms of the world that you live in and how you can best build wealth. Help others. Help me, help you, he said. Yes, please, Jerry, help me, help you. What about, gold to 2,905. That's the first leg, by the way. That's not the end of the leg. We're likely to have a bit of a rest at that point. Our live trading day, there will be a link shared in the chat where you can just click and join us. And we will be talking about that secret other crypto potentially that is in there for those that attend that non-farm payrolls and why it'll even outperform an insane 33x on Ripple. Now, that's not going to happen in 1 day's time or 1 week's time. You have to understand these are big macro charts. It could be within the next 18 months or sooner, possibly, and it's going to be big, and you get chance to dollar cost average in at a place where it's not likely to go much lower, but then suddenly it will go a lot higher, and when it does run, it runs big and it runs fast. Last time it had such a structure in 4 fortnights. In other words, that's about 8 weeks. It did everything it needed to do, and that was a substantial climb, and this one is even bigger. Don't forget, it's been the bigger the pattern, the bigger the structure, the bigger the move. That's the beautiful thing about the nature of geometry. So we have 155 on you. Dixie. Someone's asking about Dixie. So you're getting a pullback on the yen, but that hasn't stopped. The Japanese people are buying local stocks and selling international ones. That's right. That's interesting pivot, and that's from our daily shot, the premium chart service that we are subscribed to, that we sometimes take a look at. Someone wants to go long the Dow. Oh, by the way, let's have a look at a couple of interesting things. So let's head straight to the chart, shall we? Here we go. This is actually the market here. The Nvidia market cap. Yes, your AI explosion. It's going to be so good for you. Yeah, you're going to get certain tools. You're going to get in a kind of an advanced search and a little bit of leftist programming thrown in by someone pretending to be human, throwing down bot answers to you and telling you why diversity is everything, equality of outcomes. Yep. But Nvidia, as we look at this chart in our premium, the entire market cap of Nvidia, yes, that's right, it's approaching $1 trillion, is larger than the entire Euro Stocks technology market. That's everything that happens in Europe, in the top Euro stocks. Now, I'd love to know how many there. It might be 500, might be 100. I risk talking out of turn here. It might just be 50, I don't know. But it's basically all the majors of European stock technology stocks, and is totally dwarfed. You can have them all for Nvidia, and you can get a few $100 million for, the casino on the weekend. How about that? That'll be a good weekend out down Vegas. That's right. For a single company, and that's Nvidia. So that tells you a little bit about where that is going, and of course, it can go further. It can go further indeed. Here's a little bit on the daily shot, which is the charts. Oh, they've logged me out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, yours truly. Log me back in, please. Log me back in. The great resignation is ending. So personal consumption is still surprisingly strong. Yep, that's okay. We were looking at a turn down. Let me just get this refreshed. There was a quite clear an increase, or let's just say employment had been going down and job opportunities had been going down generally for the overall market. Look at me while we wait for this to load. And then we saw a little bump in the job openings. This is not going to give me the chart I wanted, sorry. A little bump in job openings. And where did all of that come from? Where did the bump in job openings came from? Healthcare. A surge in people needed in the healthcare space. A sudden surge in the people needed in healthcare space. And that reminded me a little bit of this chart that I prepared and let out not so long ago that looked like this. I wonder, US 10-year annualized growth in life expectancy. So this is a percentage on the left-hand side. Follow me here. This is a percentage in, and this is the zero line, by the way. Zero line, and we go in pink. This is your percentage increase in life expectancy. Isn't that interesting that round about this period here, we got an immense dip, and in actual fact, you now have a substantially reducing. This is a major sigma, multiple standard deviations change. I really wonder what's brought this about. I'm fascinated. I'm deeply confused. There was, largely an expectation that you're picking up a few months every year of life. Instead of dying at 80, you're dying at 80 and 3 months on an ongoing basis. You're getting a little bit healthier, a little bit everything. And now suddenly that's reversed chronically. Charting shows you everything. Goodness gracious. And it seemed to have occurred around about 2021. Anyway, if you have an answer, I would love to know. I can't say anything, by the way. YouTube generally become a little unfriendly on people that say unpopular things. So we behave really well, and we say nothing much that upsets the mighty Ministry of Truth. No, sir. So let's have a look while we're here at gold. So we've continued to assert that gold will do rather well, and from about last week. In fact, I even have a short out on this. We were highlighting the down sell here on the gold euro. Now, euro, there's a beautiful currency, if ever I've seen one. The gold euro, and we feel this is setting up a structure for a break. You could have been jumping in and buying, my good friends, along these lows. You would have started with your initial stop here. You would have them here now, and you would be better set, and you could be getting ready, and you have A payrolls number to come. Yay, payrolls, awesome jobs. Economy's red hot. Got to worry about that inflation. Got to potentially keep rates where they are, maybe even later on bump them up. That's great for gold. Up, 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 and away. Bad for currencies. Interest rates could tighten. We need to put some heat back in the dollar. Who knows? But first, as the USD yen actually has a small pullback after being super weak. That is, the USD yen's been strong, the yen's been weak. The USD's been strong, had a little bit, having a bit of a pullback. We will get back to yen devaluations, Japanese stocks going up. But in the meantime, how about a cheeky little trade? Trading real money against fraudulent money. That's right, Agent Orange. Who do you want on your team? Agent Orange, Christine Lagarde, yes, or the good old orange metal. I'm going for the metal. I've always liked a bit of metal, so, I'm not going to take an old granny with a fake face and a fraud criminal rap sheet. No, no, no. Not for me, I say. I will scamper on by and have me some of the yellow stuff, the orange stuff. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. By the way, as a return, a potential return, in terms of your RRR, which is one of the most important things you should be measuring and looking at, you're looking at in and around the amount of 8.16 risk-reward ratio. Had you got in early? Community members in the house taking the gold longs against the euro. That means the euro might continue to be one of the weaker currencies if the trade works out, if it doesn't get stopped out. That's your risk in red. That's your reward in green. Hey, I'm a simple guy. Low numbers, simple numbers like 8.16, green areas and red areas. I kind of smart enough to get that. And most people can get that. So we draw simple pictures. That's what's on the table. What does that mean? 1,931 euros. Well, hold on. If the 1,931 euros, and if we're at about 1.05, 1.06 euro USD, that would allow for quite a bit of weakening for the euro from its 107s now, 105. What does that take you back to on the dollar side? Well, a further 5% on 1931. Well, 10% would be $193. 5% is going to be about 80. That's going to see you north of $2,000 again. Back up above the big two. After all, let's have a look at the live charts on the gold USD. I mean, so many of you. Where's my gold bugs? If you are a gold bug, and I don't like that phrase actually, if you are a sound money man who reflects that through respect for Mises and Austrian economics and not the spendthrift governments that always sees the one who's supposed to curtail the spending, like who's that fool's name, McAllister, whatever his name, being dominated by supposedly Biden, the guy who can't stay awake longer than 5 minutes without getting a cookie and a glass of milk. If you're that still sees the expenditure go up, if you're that guy who's playing the left-right politics, well, don't respond. But if you're a sound money guy and you say gold is good for me, well, then I want to hear from you. Give us hit the like button, in actual fact. So we'll be back up above the 2,000. Let's get this back in context. Some people were disappointed. Some people even came out and said, it's almost like you're wrong, Francis. Where's my 2,905? This was like about a day or two after we made the forecast. So this is where you are in that red box. Right here, my good friends. Let me just turn out the light for a second. It's too many lines for too many time zones, and it's confusing a lot of people. If we draw the lines for you over here, you will have seen pop, pop, pop. That capping descending line, and you've come down and you've revisited it. After getting a bit tired, we said it looks like a little bit of a rest is due. Looks like a little bit of a rest. Grindy, grindy, wicks, wicks, wicks. Pull back, bounce, and now you could be getting reversal. You could indeed be getting some reversal. After our flag break, don't forget, that's all part of a flag. That is why we have the geometry that gives us 2,905. That's right, part of one major leg. Don't forget, it's not the end. But you would probably have a reasonable pullback, and someone with a clipboard coming around to your door saying, we'd just like to confirm, are you a precious metals holder? Can you just clarify how much you hold? Fill in this inventory sheet here. To which you say, I sold it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what you should say, but you should prepare for that day. Nonetheless, one way or another. That's right. That's right. That's what we warned. Anyway, so that looks like a little bit of a bid coming in it. What about the silver chart? Well, let's go straight on down and have a look at our friend silver. And I'm going to unhitch him here a little bit and free him up. So you'll see the green area. Many of you will recognize that could also be, yes, could it be? It could also be what we call inverted head and shoulders inside of our continuation pattern. Our continuation pattern gives us 45. That reversal structure that we're showing you over there does in fact give you a target of 38. 38.5, so that's part of the journey on the way up, and you can see that. And we have just had two rather rejecting hammers. The first red one is a hammer. In fact, the green one's almost gone too much. The body has gone from a little pinhead to rather a long green candle. That is a look one way, go the other way candle, pointing to a potential reversal, which may be the bottom of the right shoulder, which we did say to those that cared to listen, will come before the 22 level, which was the key level of support. That was the left shoulder and many other iterations. We expected you to not make it this time because the market's stronger. Guess what? You heard it here first. In fact, it's the only place you hear it. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already done. Also, always buy the notifications button. By the way, you want this and more, a full hour and a half of traditional markets tomorrow. In the comments right now and in the description in this YouTube, join us for our live trading day on non-farm payrolls data release moments. And you will see both crypto and the great equities, the traditional markets that we will do a deep dive into. You'll be able to ask comments and chats, and you can participate with our community as we look into one of the big moments of the month. Yeah, wow. Let's have a look at some of your comments. What do you have to say? Excited about the possibilities of silver and gold recovering? Let's have a peek. What are your comments? Silver under $30 is sleep, says the Great Closet. So the next levels that will come will be the 26, which is the neckline over here. So we'll leave him to sleep while it goes to 26, because 30 is the only point at which he awakens. But then a potential smaller wind up, you might technically just run the 30 over here, the 26, my apologies. And then you might wind up, and then you will have a surge. If that pattern is to be what I say it would be. And we will be in earlier, lower, and this time, as I say, tight stops. You won't have missed the trade. And by the time it passes 30, you'll already be well in the money with some leverage, moderate leverage, with tight stops, properly sized, because you understand HVF method, you understand trading, and you know that you have to do this judiciously to survive. The move makes you the money, not the size. That's right. But we'll leave the ones that want to sleep. What else? Divold Lawrence, yes, in the house. Come on, the Cape Town. Looking forward to non-farm payday live. Yes, indeed. I am indeed too. Looking forward to it indeed. What other comments do you have to say? EDV and SA. So we'll be looking at those very things. Endeavor mining, the miners, the individual equities, for those of you that are awake to the actual news surrounding the equities in the precious metals markets. What else will we be talking to you as an example about? Well, we will take you into the areas of great high growth, but not today and not tomorrow, only for the patient. And for that, you will have to be in the crypto markets. We have told you about the beautiful world of the potential for Ripple on our Crypto Sniper YouTube channel. That is our sister channel, which you have forgotten to subscribe to, and you've forgotten to hit always. And you must remember to do that, otherwise you won't be told. We've said 33 times. 33 times is what we think you're likely to get. You can purchase XRP in the region of the token XRP. So the token that you trade is XRP. I keep mixing them together. I will stop doing that. Ripple is the corporation. XRP is the token. XRP is the token we expect to do 33 times and actually run $16.77. But that, my friends, is not necessarily tomorrow. There's a few little things that have to happen. And the setup started in 2018. You are in, by the way, and I did something similar with a recent guesting that I did. That took all of part of 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, and eventually it's squeezy, Japanese, the volatility did iron out. You did get a little schizo moment on this exchange, that's Bitstamp. But eventually you broke. If you were buyers there, you would have got out at that target, you would have got back in here, and you would have got out at that target, and you would have taken out exceedingly profitable moves on Ripple. When it moves exceedingly quickly and over. So you wait and you wait. It's like warfare, as I sometimes say, 99% pure boredom and then sheer bedlam for the 1%. And you can see that's how it does. 4 candles. A simple 4 candles was all it took to smash that target. The first such in its time. Look at that, 4 candles. This is a fortnightly. Every candle represents 2 weeks. That's right, 4 by 2, and you're done. You made major moves. Now this structure peaked out there and is running, you guessed it, since 2017 December. All of 18, all of 19, all of 20, all of 21, all of 22. That's right. And half, we're on June. Oh my God. It's almost half. At the end of June, we'll be halfway through. Half of 23, I'm going to say. You're talking, how many years is that? My godliness. It's almost 5 years of structure. When it runs, it will run hard. And actually, the biggest gift is the fact that it never made a new high here because, thank you to the SEC, which is running a obfuscation strategy. You see? They've had about 5, 6, 7 years to clarify what's a security, what's a token, what's a commodity, what's a currency. And in 5 years, they have produced exactly in terms of clarity. That's right. That's right. That's not me holding on to my little pippy. That's a 0, I can tell you. They have produced no clarity because it's not their intent to develop or to deliver clarity. It's their intent to waste time. Remember, go and hit the link. We will be covering crypto. There is one that's going to do even more than this in terms of everything. All these ideas have been generated. Many of them have been sneaked out to you after the premium community. There's many more you haven't seen. You can come and find out what we're talking about on our live trading day in the link below. Crypto, the big winners, the statists, my friends. There is no crypto that is your freedom. In the same way, the dot-com boom and the internet was actually all about Amazon, Google, and all of that lot. There is no freedom token in any of those. There is no freedom token in your captured blockchain open source banking system. Nobody talks about privacy tokens. You note the CBDCs aren't very big on discussing privacy, are they? It is your surveillance finance era. You need to make money out of it regardless. If they're going to be pumpermentals, take what's on offer and build your freedom so that you can unplug from this great grid as a wealthy, healthy, wise man who lives and enjoys, and lady, of course. We're delighted to have our ladies, and you can come in and join us on the live trading day. That is tomorrow with me for an hour and a half, traditional markets, short break, and the crypto sniper for an hour and a half on Friday. And we will have a good old cackle as the number of the day comes in, the most important data release for the month. You can see it in with us. Until next time, I look forward to talking you further. Look forward to taking you into some of our special trades. Thank you for watching and catch you then. Au revoir.